Welcome to another edition of the Hoop Scoop. I'm Jared Johnson, and Texas Tech is set for a top 10 matchup against Houston tonight in Lubbock. The Red Raiders remained in the top 10 despite dropping a game to TCU a couple of games ago. Red Raiders rebounded with a really nice 73-51 home victory over West Virginia on Saturday, just a couple of days ago. But Texas Tech and Houston, the Cougars come in ranked number 4 in the country. And, they've been around top 5, top 10 for a lot of the season. Matter of fact, in their last 20 games, they've only lost one, and that was to Texas Tech in overtime in Houston earlier this season. So, exciting matchup. It's a big Monday matchup going to be on ESPN, the mothership, 8 p.m. tonight. So, while I wish Texas Tech was closer in terms of the standings, the Big 12 standings, for it to have even more weight on it, it's still a huge game tonight. In terms of Big 12 tournament seeding, NCAA tournament seeding, and then just, a couple of in-state conference rivals going at it, which really hasn't materialized on the gridiron as Texas Tech has won several of the last matchups. But in terms of basketball, it is really amped up a lot in the new look Big 12, these two teams. So that's been really cool to see a couple of old Southwest Conference foes. But, a lot of people have asked me, how did Texas Tech beat, and there's even a thread on Inside the Red Raiders, how did Texas Tech beat Houston, who doesn't lose a period and certainly doesn't almost ever lose at home? How did they beat Houston without JT Toppin? Well, there are a couple of things. One, Tech made 12 threes in that game. That was huge. Two, they held their own on the boards. Three, they didn't turn the ball over at a lot of teams turn the ball over a lot against Houston's, very good on-ball defense and team defense and all that. It's a physical team. It's a tough team. And Coach Sampson for Houston even said after the game in his post-game press conference that Tech was the tougher team. So that was, there's a lot of drama in that game. It's one of the most entertaining games I've seen in a long time, non-NCAA tournament games in a long time. In that, just there was so much drama with McCaslin and JT getting ejected, and then I think 3 other guys fouled out. Kevin Overton didn't even play in that game, so Tech's got some injuries coming in this game as well. Chance McMillan did not play against West Virginia. He's been in a boot. I do not know his status for the game tonight. Darian Williams also rolled his ankle. It's the same ankle he's rolled several times, I think, this season, his right ankle. He was able to walk off under his own power against West Virginia when he rolled his ankle in that game. It was a nasty one of those where he tried to pull up and his whole body stopped and his foot just rolled, ankle rolled. It looked bad, but he walked off under his own power and then came back in the game. So a lot of times those things will swell up, and it was just 2 days ago. So we'll have to see if Darian Williams plays. So obviously that would make it that much tougher for Texas Tech, but they can hold their own on the boards again like they did, not turn the ball over. Tech went to a lot of ISO in the second half where there wasn't as many high ball screens. There weren't as many, wasn't a lot of passing. There was a lot of isolation where guys were just beating Houston defenders off the dribble one-on-one, and then things went from there. When the defense broke down, they had to kick it out. If not, they'd take it all the way to the rim, and it worked for Texas Tech. Cut down on the turnovers. Cut down on the bad shots and bad possessions, and it was a big reason why Tech won. And then flat out, Tech made some shots. They made some really difficult shots against Houston. So, and then with all that, they still won by 1 in overtime. But that was with JT and then Coach McCaslin for most of the game. So it was a great victory, and if they were able to sweep Houston and I think mathematically Tech still has a chance to win the regular season title, but again, nobody else has beaten Houston in the Big 12 this year. So, but still, to be able to sweep Houston, that would be a nice feather in Tech's cap, even if they don't win the Big 12 title. So, 8 p.m. tonight, the Cougars are favored by 1.5 points. I think the over-under is 131.5, so not expecting a very high game. They're expecting a dogfight. And I am too. Should be a highly entertaining game between 2 of the top 10 teams in the country, 2 teams with Final Four aspirations. But I can't wait to see what happens, and we'll have reports, Jaeger shots, photo gallery for Double T Farmer I'll probably do a video tonight, if not tonight, then tomorrow, recapping the game. But for now, I want to thank you for watching, and until next time.